Comparison between turbos and superchargers. Turbo adds 35 to 60% more horsepower. Supercharger adds 46% more horsepower. I don't know where these statistics come from, how accurate this comparison is, but that's what I found on Wikipedia. So that's what I'm writing. Okay. General analysis here. 2 foot-pounds at 80,000 RPM. I seen that on Wikipedia. I was gonna ask you about it. That's for turbos. This is dependent on mass flow off of the exhaust for power. This is driven by an accessory belt, and that is taking away power from the motor because it's running the accessory belt, but it makes back the efficiency because it's so power efficient. It can be put in and it won't matter how much it weighs because it'll put more power in and far outweigh the disadvantage of the weight of this supercharger. It contains a compressor for raising intake manifold pressure. It contains a compound turbine which spins an air pump. Also another compressor, but it's also driven off the exhaust gases. So it's not the exact same thing as the supercharger. There's no compound in this. There's a shaft here that charges air, but there's no shaft in a supercharger that combines the two cycles together. This can spin up to 150,000 RPM. This can spin at speeds of 50,000 to 65,000 RPM based on gear ratio off of the crank and the supercharger shaft. Boosts 6 to 10 psi on average. Places roughly 50% more air through the engine, thus 50% more fuel, 50% more power. Perfect world. Not quite. Turbocharger sounds awesome. Can boost comfortably 8 to 12 psi on upgraded heads. Sea level 50% more air, so realistically 35% power increase. That's based on us being a little bit higher than sea level. So that's one thing there. Also another note here. Adds 46% horsepower. That's superchargers. 31% more torque. So we got our horsepower increase here, but we don't have any torque increase on the turbo. I don't know why that is, but I have a prediction that it's because it's based off of the mass flow of the exhaust, and that they can't accurately predict like what it's gonna put into any system, because there's so much going into torque, right? You have your gear system. I'm getting too deep into this, but that should sum up the difference here.